Okay. Scott, you're muted.
Why did it
What?
mute me? I wasn't muted a second ago.
I didn't mute you.
No, I
Maybe
said I don't know.
maybe when I
Anyway,
started recording, it muted you. Okay.
yeah.
Hello to the first video rankings in over a year, almost a year.
No,
No, because we did one for the first episode of season 6.
but that doesn't
We never
count.
posted them, so
That doesn't count.
so like over a year for the posted rankings. So this is very exciting. And yeah, let me like drag this out so we get a little bigger.
Ooh. So yeah, essentially how this works.
Oh, he said essentially how this works.
Why did it mute me again? I didn't hit mute.
I'm not muting you.
This is so sad. So yeah, essentially how this works is Steven and I have looked at everything from the week so far, which will always be at some point after the veto meeting, so we know who the final nominations are. And then we will give people a ranking from 1 to 10, just on how well we think people are doing, just to track where people are throughout the season as a little fun thing.
Yeah. So yeah, very exciting. Yeah, should we just get started?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll always start with the HOH and then the 2 nominees and then like the veto holder and then like the replacement. Isn't that what we do? No, the HOH, the final nominees, the veto holder / the veto savee, and then like we'll go alphabetically.
Okay.
Right? That's like what we usually do.
Yeah. Normally they're all in order though, so I don't know if we just wanted to go alphabetically this time.
Oh, should we?
I'm kind of either.
I feel like we usually start with the HOH and then do the nominees.
Okay.
Let's do that. Okay, so Cal. Do you want to go first? I feel like you usually go first.
Okay, yeah, I can go first. I think this week, in terms of Cal's HOH reign, they had a really good HOH reign. I think Cal didn't make any enemies with their nominations. Erin was not on a ton, pulled herself off the block. Hunter went up, but I think understands why. And then Kalani, although like upset, like I think she knows it was out of her control. And I think is looking to work with Cal moving forward. So I don't think Cal left this week with any enemies. That being said, though, the way they handled some aspects of their HOH, it's been a lot of just like, no, yes, no, not like, it's been a lot of just like, there's been not as much conversation happening, I feel like, as much as just like telling their allies.
Oh my God.
Which has rubbed some people the wrong way. So I'll be interested to see where this or how this evolves in the coming weeks. Like, do I think that Cal is going to be the target going into next week? No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I'd say pretty unlikely. I don't see anyone that puts up Cal in this next week. However, before jury starts, like I think Cal has made a name for themselves. They're very talkative in the house chat, which people don't always love. So yeah, all things considered, I think good HOH reign, but they're gonna need to take a back seat and like not dictate everything if they wanted to continue. So I'm going to give Cal a 6.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you on pretty much all of that. Their HOH reign, like their nominations didn't upset anybody, I don't think. They talked through all 3 of their nominations with a lot of people, so I don't think anybody was really like caught off guard or surprised in any way. I do think a lot of people have been like, oh, Cal talks a lot, and like don't know how that's going to go for them in the future. They do have some pretty solid allies. I think Molly is like one of their closest allies, and I think Molly is connected to a bunch of different people. So I think being one of Molly's closest allies is probably pretty good. But I don't know if I think if the wrong person gets HOH, Cal could be going up.
See, I think in the coming week, sure, but like looking at it for this next immediate week, Cal's got the Cooking Alliance with Charles, Amina, Natalie, and Monet. They've got the Brain Brawn Beauty Alliance with Camilo and John. And then
but they're not loyal.
But they're not gonna put up Cal and like they're
okay.
Camilo said before, like I don't think in week 2 they immediately go against that. And then same with Eliab and Grace are both looking out for Cal, and Kalani as well. And then that beyond there, like Cal and Cade have FaceTimed. Cal and Molly are very close. Like, I think for the next set of time, Cal should be okay if they play it correctly. Like, they need to maintain these allies and not just shoot down anything they say if they don't like it. Because right now, that's what I foresee happening.
Wait, let me put you down first. Are you the first one or the second one?
I'm the first one. I'm blue.
I just think certain people are rubbed the wrong way. I'm gonna go with a 5 for this week.
Yeah.
But I will see how we go next week because I think it's next week is so uncertain in my opinion. Okay, so 5.5. Okay, next we have Kalani. Kalani didn't have her phone for the first about 2 days of the game. And as a result, that's why Cal nominated her. I think from my perspective, after the veto, at least, it seems like initially most people were like, "Oh, girl, I'm gonna save you. Like, you've got my vote." And then she like didn't really follow up with people. A lot of people have been like, "Oh, like Kalani initially campaigned to me where Hunter didn't," but I don't feel any connection with Kalani, or like she doesn't seem like she really wants to actually work with me. So I think, I mean, it's noon now. The eviction's at 9. I think a lot can change today. Whereas last night it looked like Kalani was surely staying after the veto meeting, and now it's like uncertain. And by tonight it could be the completely other way. So yeah, do you want to give your thoughts first?
Yeah. I really agree with you there. The one when Kalani did come in on day 2, she did do a great job. But like reached out to everyone, talked, got the lowdown. Great. I thought perfect. But all of Kalani's plea has just been like, "Don't vote me out. Don't do it."
And I think everybody has just been like, "Well, I don't know Hunter, and you're asking me, so sure."
And now that it hasn't gone past asking, I haven't seen a lot of conversation that Kalani has had outside of just asking to stay. And now Hunter is starting those conversations and has more, although maybe has talked to fewer people in numbers. The people that he has talked to, I think, count a lot more. So, like, in these next couple of hours, if Hunter can pull literally just 1 or 2 more people, it's not as sealed as we once thought for Kalani to stay.
But that's what's got to happen. Like, he's got to do that.
He's got to do that. But other people are also starting to do it for him. There's stuff as we speak that is going on.
I know. I'm looking at it. And we'll get there when we get there. We'll talk about it
when we get there.
Okay, so for Kalani, so that's my thing too. Even if she survives this week, I don't know if she even like continues to makes it far.
She isn't in an immediate good. She's not fine going into next week by any means.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any sort of structure around her other than people that she's talked to one-on-one a couple times.
I think people will respect that she was just, if she stays, people will respect that she was just on the block. I don't think they'll put her up again like immediately next week. But I don't think like she hasn't established those connections, I don't think. And like she could have when she came back. Like she could have done that, but she just like hasn't.
And don't get me wrong, it is tough, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go for a 3.
I am also going to give it a 3.
Okay.
Okay, and right on time, we're on to Hunter next. So,
okay, yeah.
As we said, Hunter needs to reach out to.
I totally should have put my message notifications on.
To secure some more votes, and just as we speak, Hunter is indeed starting to reach out to some people. I'm very curious to see how this goes. Yeah. So Hunter essentially came into the game and made some really close allies with specifically Michael, and like a Eliav a bit, and kind of that side of things. And it did do a good job at like maintaining that side of the house, but then really did not reach out to anyone else, which is why he ended up on the block. It is like it is his doing. He didn't talk to Cal all that much. Now that he's on the block, though, he is starting to reach out to more people, and not just reaching out asking for votes, but is bonding with them first. We really see that with Haley.
My favorite
which we will get to.
My favorite thing was when he was trying to bond with Haley, and he was like, "This is my list of top 10." Wasn't it Haley? This is my list of top 10 movies. And Haley was like, "I have seen 0 of these." And I was like, "This is such a risk."
Which, to be fair, is on like I feel like those are very common movies.
Yeah, I was like, "What?"
I was like, "You've seen none of them." It was like Star Wars and
I have to go find it. I feel like
Star Wars, La La Land, Back to the Future.
Yeah, La La Land, Back to the Future. It was like, wasn't it like it was
Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, I thought that was funny. I thought because at that point I thought he was just like, I didn't know he was like successfully making a connection with her. I thought that he was failing. So I was like, oh, this is funny. She just like completely shot him down.
Molly Murphy's sass. I can't. Anyway.
What should I say? Molly Murphy just asked if we have friends outside of each other. What do I say?
I don't know. You're on Molly Murphy. I've been ostracized from that.
She's gonna be watching this 3 months later. 1 month later. What am I saying?
Anyway, but yeah, I think it's now, like I said, last night, everyone was pretty much just like, oh, Hunter's gonna go home. RIP. And there were a few people like Grace, like Michael, like Cade that were like, oh, Hunter's gonna go home, but I like him. Oh well. Now what was my train of thought? I've been distracted.
Hunter, Cade.
A lot of people are saying they want to keep him, and Molly Murphy. And now I think all they need to do is talk, and I think they're starting to. So with that, okay. I have my ranking. Do you want to go?
Should I silence her messages? Yes. Hunter, okay. As much as I want the first boot male curse to continue, I don't want Hunter to go home.
I want Hunter to stay.
I don't know if it's just because like I always love a good flip and it's the first week. That might be it mostly, but also like I feel like Hunter has so much more to give. So I want Hunter to stay. But right now it's so up in the air that I don't think it would be fair to not also give Hunter a 3.
I know, I'm in the same boat. I'm giving 3 for Hunter for me.
Which I hope whichever one stays, they go up. Okay. Next is Erin. Woo!
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron. Like if Aaron did not win the veto, goes home, no question. And I don't think that, like, depending on who wins HOH next week, there's not like a fleet of people now that are looking to protect Aaron. Maybe we could get there, but it's also not due to Aaron's own doing. If we get there, I feel like it's just other people want to work there.
But I also, like, I don't see people being like, I'm putting up Aaron, you know?
Yeah, I think it
I
depends
feel
on
like
who
Cal
we
has
pick.
this like weird vendetta for her for like no reason, and I don't know why. But
Aaron's, I don't think anyone's gonna go like, oh no, I wouldn't put, like, do I think people are necessarily gonna like want to target Aaron next week? No. Do I think that Aaron sees the block again semi-regularly? For sure, as of right now. Which is like not fantastic spot to be in.
After she said there were 6 Olympic rings in the logo, I did not think that she was going to win the veto, but she did. So, yeah, she's not looking too good. Now here's the question. Boston College commencement is today. Do we think that after commencement, like in the days to follow today, she becomes more regularly active?
I would have said yes, except for the fact that she said I want to fall out of the game. So,
and then I said, no, you can't. You're not allowed to. Until she said, I'm actually going to use the veto on Kalani and go home. And Camila said, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm giving her a 4.
I'm giving Aaron a 3, unfortunately, for this week.
Only because she won the veto and took herself off. Okay. Okay, next is just Amina.
Next is Amina.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how, but Amina managed to walk into this game and I think just immediately became like a house favorite. I think like Amina is like when you talk to Amina, she's just simply so nice. She is so nice and she's so good at like talking to you like about you. Like it's there's something about just like the way Amina holds conversations that I think people just like her. I haven't seen a ton of game conversations with Amina and a bunch of people. But that being said, like of the people that maybe haven't had a ton of game conversations, I feel like Amina is one of the safer ones because everyone I feel like really likes Amina. Is really close with Charles, is really close with Cal. That like those 3 are definitely a trio. And then Amina has also got good relationships with Grace and with Eliav and with Kalani on a game level. And that right there is already what, 5 people that I named. Has also talked with Monet and Natalie. So like there's a good chunk of people that she is good with on a game level, and I don't think the other people would go after Amina. So I do feel pretty good about Amina.
Yeah. I think that she had no reasons to like make massive waves this week. And I
think she played this week exactly how she needed to.
I think it's good that we're not seeing a lot of her this week. But like she's still like we're
seeing a lot of her on a social personal level, but not a lot on a let me stand out and make the moves this week.
So I think she's doing well. My rankings in the first week are always more centered towards like more centered in the middle.
Mine are
So I think I'm gonna go with a 6 this week.
I'm also giving Amina a 6.
All right, Cade. Except for my rankings are not centered in the first week, which might happen. I don't know. Cade.
Yeah, Cade. Cade in the immediate hours of the day, because he was at work, didn't say in the immediate hours of like day 1. I mean, wasn't able to reach out to people, and I think in my mind, just didn't put him up at like the top tier people. But then he started talking with Michael, and he started talking with Cal. I forget if he talked to Eliav. Yeah, he talked to Eliav. and like has started to gain a lot more footing. People seem to really like and trust him. Now has talked a lot with Cal and like the other side of the house. And I think is now in a pretty solid position in terms of like, I don't know anyone that necessarily goes after Cade in this, at least in this next week. The only thing I will say, and granted, I haven't read everything just yet, but I've skimmed it and I haven't seen it happen. The only thing that I've been like, okay, is that, and this is on both him and Michael, they've talked a lot of like, okay, yeah, here are the people that we want to make an alliance with. We want to talk to them.
They have not.
And it's like, great, you can talk about who you want to work with all you want, but until you actually talk and work with them, it doesn't matter. So I'm like, okay, like let's whip something together, especially if you want Hunter to stay. Like he's one of the people that it would be more beneficial for Hunter to stay over Kalani. And he knows that, but he hasn't talked to people about that. And I'm like, all you need to do is talk to people. The worst thing that happens is it doesn't happen. So I would love to see a little more initiative on some fronts, but I think overall it's very solid position.
I think Cade is doing well. Where like I feel like oh my god, oh my god. Okay, I think Cade is doing well in the sense that like nobody doesn't like Cade. I feel like, and I even after last night, like there was a lot of like house banter last night.
And like
I feel
goofiness,
like
yeah.
he was very much at the center of it, and like through that he got to like make connections with more people. Like I think he started talking with Molly a lot more, which is good. And like just making general connections. I think he's like a funny, likable guy, and I think I could see like him doing pretty well this season. I think.
Yeah.
If he plays his cards right and doesn't go like, I don't know how his style, because he says he hasn't played anything like this before, but like we know he has like he's telling everyone else that he hasn't played anything before, but like he's saying his DR that he has. I don't know what his style was like before. I just hope he doesn't like do something too major too soon and like gets himself evicted for it. But I'm feeling pretty positive on Cade. I'm gonna go with a 6.
I'm also going with a 6 for Cade.
Okay. We'll talk about her when we get there. Camilo. Okay, I have to keep my bias out of this. So you go first.
I'm very impressed with Camilo. He's not that overall, I would say the trend of Steven and I bringing in, this is from season 6 on, the trend of us bringing in people and them really actively wanting to play, and then like don't show interest first, are like, I feel like the track record is not great. This is a major exception here because Camilo is seemingly is really playing, is really thinking about the game, has given a lot of great diagrams, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is actually a great strategy and you're doing really well. This is very fun. The only thing I'll say is, although Camilo, I think, is thinking very strategically, I don't think it's as integrated into the house as some other people are. Definitely, I don't think it's in a bad, like there are some people that like really have not talked to anyone. Camilo still has talked to a lot of people, just not as much.
Hold on, sorry, pause. Molly just said to Hunter, I don't want to vote you out. Is she lying?
I don't know. We'll talk about that when we get to Molly.
Sorry. I have my phone up too. I'm reading messages.
So yeah, overall impressed with Camilo. I just think he needs to integrate himself just like one smidge more, and he'll be in a really good place.
I knew that he, after he got out of his shell a little bit, I knew he was gonna give great DRs. Like he's such like a sassy person in general. I knew he was gonna talk to people a little more. I was worried at first that he wasn't gonna talk to people, but I think that when people started messaging him, like he knew what he had to do. I will say, like one thing I will say is that when he talks to people, like he's a little bit dry. I feel like he answers in like 3 or 4 word responses and doesn't really like I don't know. That's just how I feel when he talks to people. But I think he's also someone that like could go really, really far if he plays his cards right. I honestly like. I'm feeling good about my first pick in the draft. I think he could do really well. So I'm gonna go with a 6, which is pretty good for this week.
Yeah, I'm debating between a 6 and a 5. Strategy wise, definitely 6. Socially, definitely 5. And I don't know where I sit in the middle. I think I am gonna lean on the 5 for this week with the expectation that it is hopefully going to go up. I just need to see a little more that like
Okay.
he's in and talking to people. Because I feel like Kate and Amina are just a step above Camilo.
Okay, 5.5 for Camilo. Charles. Charles.
Charles, do you want me to go first? Or do you want to go
Yeah,
first?
sure, you go first.
Charles is someone else that I think is in a decently good position. But the main thing with Charles is in like he's in a great position with half the house and a pretty bad position with the other half. Um, Depending on who wins HOH next week, he could be locked safe or I think locked for the block. A lot of people before Cal won HOH were going to push Charles's name to be the target. Grace talked about it. Eliav said he was fine with it. Michael said he was fine. Like, you know what I mean? There are people that I think would be fine with Charles going. Which is not fantastic. But that being said, with the other side, like Amina's one of closest allies to Charles, Cal's one closest allies to Charles. Monet and Natalie are in the alliance with him. So like he's got really solid allies on the other side. So it's really, really split, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with a 5 for Charles this week. I feel like I haven't
I'm also
seen a
I would
lot
say
of Charles.
I'm also going with a 5, is what I was gonna say.
I haven't seen a lot of Charles this week, but I want to see more. So hopefully that will go up. Eliav. I feel like we saw a lot of Eliav on the first day, and I
I was
feel
gonna say,
like a lot of Eliav on the first day. And now I feel like it's like kind of gone down a little bit. What are your thoughts?
I feel the exact same way. Day one, Eliav, I thought was definitely in the best position in the house. Just talked to everyone immediately, but not in like a gamey way. Just like got to know everyone, and thus everyone really liked Eliav very quickly. I still feel like that's true, but one thing that, and I'll talk about this with someone else who is the person that I actually feel like is in maybe the best position in the house. Eliav did a great job of that on like day one, and then like kind of fell off day two, and now it's day 4, and like we just haven't seen as much of him, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I think that if he wants to like really keep up just the best position in the house mantra, he does have to keep that up consistently, which is like it's a lot to do. And I still think he's in a very good position. Like I would be, knock on wood, I feel like we said this before and then they've ended up going home, but I would be shocked if Eliav touched the block next week, if not the next week, if not the next week. Like I think he's in a good position.
But a lot can change with it. Like this is only the first.
Exactly. We said the same thing about Amanda Eleni, and we know what happened there.
Oh, don't mention her name. I'm gonna cry. I miss her. Anyway, I'm going with the 6.
Gotcha. If you asked me 2 days ago, I would have definitely given it a 7. Let me look at who else is here. There are a couple of people that I do want to give 7s to this week, and I think Eliab is one of them. So I am going to give Eliab a 7.
Okay. Next is Grace Fader, life preserver holder. Grace Fader. Speak of the devil, Grace Fader.
Speak of the devil, Grace Fader.
Oh, what is this? Oh, this is why can't they name the Delco chat, please? Or the Pennsylvania chat. Which might also be a Delco chat. I don't know if Radner's in Delco. It's more like mainline.
And
Um,
do you want to start with Grace, or do you want me to start with Grace?
you can start with Grace.
Okay.
About Grace.
So the first chat of the game that was made was between Eliab and Grace. And initially it was like they're definitely a tight duo. I do think they are each other's number ones based off of they are the people that most consistently talk with one another. But initially it was Eliab was the one that was reaching out to everyone else and really got the. Can you hear me? Am I frozen?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The initially it was Eliab that was the one that was reaching out to everyone and getting a lot of more allies, which I thought gave Eliab the edge over Grace. Slowly but surely, Grace has consistently talked to almost everyone every single day. Everyone loves Grace. I personally think Grace is the one that's currently in the best position, which is crazy after her being the last picked in the chain, which I think even solidifies more in people's mind that she's not a threat. So if Grace can keep this up, I feel really confidently that Grace has the power to do very, very well. The only interesting thing is, and granted, it's because her close allies aren't the one in power, but I haven't seen a lot of strategy or gaminess from Grace. So I'm really interested to, like, she has had some conversations, but definitely on like the lower half of people in terms of amount of game conversations. But that being said, I do feel really good. She's connected to almost everyone
That's
in a
right.
very good
And
way.
she's like, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Exactly. Like she's another one like Amina that has just like gained, I think, the trust of the house somehow. And it's really, really, really impressive if she's able to keep it up.
Yeah, I just like I feel like yeah, you're right. I haven't seen a lot of strategic talk with her, and that like kind of worries me a little bit. I don't think she's like in danger per se, but I don't feel like I should go above a 6 here. I think I'm gonna go with a 6, which is like my common ranking today, I think.
Gotcha. I'm actually gonna give Grace a 7. I'm
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with what she's been able to do.
Haley Falkenberg. Ah!
She's one to talk about.
Okay, first of all, Haley, you're watching probably right now. Like not delayed us, but like would like never send in photos, did not send in the recording. So I was
Well,
like,
she got
oh,
everything on. She got everything. Like to be clear, we weren't like, "Hey Lee, where's your stuff?" Like she
well, it
just
just
like,
like wasn't responding to us. And thus was picked last in the draft, which is probably my biggest regret from the draft is letting Haley go so late. The same thing happened with Julia last season, and I regretted it last season. I feel like Haley like has like even on the first day, Haley was like, well, I guess she had prom obviously, but Scott, you're like gone. Are you reading?
yeah, it's because
Okay.
I'm getting another
Okay.
call, but I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't know the number.
So like even on the first day, she didn't really talk that much. I mean, granted, she had prom, but really like Saturday, Sunday, today, like she is like coming alive. She's made chats with so many people. Even like she's texting people right now, like, hey, like we haven't really like talked yet. I just wanted to get to know you a little more. I like getting to know people. Like she's reaching out, making connections. She has the Pennsylvania Alliance, the Delco girls with Molly. I really like her, and I really like she's the one that's like initiating this. Like, wait, why are we getting rid of Hunter when we can like Hunter's good for us? That is my favorite type of player, someone who will like really evaluate what is best for them and not like what is like the house, like what the house going with the house and go with the majority. Because at times that could be the best for you.
I'm just watching this chat unfold. Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, and now Haley's reaching out to Grace. Oh, this could. Oh, Haley's doing the work.
Haley, I feel so positive towards. Like sometimes going with the house is best for your game, but like she really sat down, looked at it, and said, like keeping Hunter here is better for me. And I think that like she's going around, she needs 7 votes. I think if she's able to sway people and like people really see her side, I think this will work.
Oh my god, now people are talking about it. Oh, this is
I was
crazy.
worried about her like wanting to do this and then like it didn't work out and it kind of just like died out. But she's like not letting it go. Like she's like, I don't feel good about this vote tonight. Like this is what I want to do. And we'll talk about Molly's side of it when we get to Molly. But I'm giving Haley a 7 today.
Really? Okay, wow. So had you asked me on day one of the game, I would have given Haley a 4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because Haley like did not talk to anyone really.
Because
If you asked me,
we've seen that like type of player so many times. So I feel like I would have just like grouped her in there, you know?
mm-hmm.
Sorry.
If you had asked me yesterday, I would have said, okay, maybe 5. She's talking to more people. She's proven to be strategic. If you had asked me 20 minutes ago, I probably would have given a 5 as well. She's putting in the work. And it's really impressive. And now she's really reaching out to people. And I think it's only going to mean good things for her strategic alliances with people, because a lot of people's alliances right now are just based solely on liking people. They haven't talked a lot of game, and Haley's now starting game conversations. This is the start of the season. It feels like this is it.
Day one was dry because there was no HOH, and like
exactly.
It
was a unique day one. I still don't feel like Haley is as connected as people like Eliop or Grace just yet. And on a connectedness level, I probably would still give a 5, but she's so strategic and right that I am moving up to a 6 for Haley.
Okay.
Well, I was not literally. If you asked me 20 minutes ago, I would have given her a 5, maybe even a 4. But this is really good.
She was doing this stuff last night too. Like,
well, sorry, yeah, I'd like probably 5, like 20 minutes ago.
And she's talking. People are trying to text Erin. She's not responding. Good luck with that. Okay. John is someone where I feel like is in multiple alliances and covered by a lot of people, but those said alliances are not like.
I feel like he's the bottom rung on each of these alliances.
Yeah, and they're not like the bottom rung on like a ladder that is already like deteriorated and falling apart. Like the Pennsylvania Alliance is not going to last. Like this, like everybody, even the people in it are like talking about individually not staying with it. And then on top of that, Pennsylvania Alliance is like never ever working out anyway. Yes. So John, I feel like I think he thinks he's in a good position, but I don't think he is in a good position.
Which is the dangerous thing. Like I say, if you're on the bottom and you know you're on the bottom, you can work from there. John, well, is he on the bottom? No, I don't think so. But is he close to it? Yeah. And does he know it? Definitely not.
Nobody is like, we need to save John.
In fact, this week, Amina and Charles tried to push John over Hunter. And the only reason it didn't happen was because Cal was like,
and also John safe for this week.
And also John safe. But I don't think they realized that. But the only thing was like Cal made the deal and has an alliance with Camilo and John for being the other winners, besides them already being safe. So
like Brave Brown Beauty is not going to last. PA Alliance not lasting.
There's a lot of things that aren't lasting.
And then what else is he even in? I don't even like.
Just like one-on-one conversations.
Yeah. I need more like groups to form. Even like trios of people. Like I just need more like not one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, there's not a lot of groups right now, which is crazy.
Can y'all name this? It's bothering me. Can y'all name this?
Yeah. So I'm a little torn on where to go with John.
John's gonna be getting a 5 from me.
I think I'm giving a 5 as well. I was teetering on 5 and 4, but I think he has enough social connections to hopefully make it through this next week, especially compared to some other people that we're coming up on and we'll get to.
Yeah, I mean, I hope John goes up. I would love to see John go up. Okay, Michael. Michael is like also at what the hell is happening? Okay. Michael is I feel similar to Michael as I did to no, that is not a name that is staying.
No, why not? Let them keep it.
61 hoes and 48 whores.
Oh, wait. Okay, that's not what it says on my thing.
Yeah, they changed it after that. And then Michael's like, wait, I actually like the first one better. No, you don't.
That's the first
Anyway. Anyway.
Oh, I know Michael's talking to Kate. Okay, yeah. So, oh God.
Okay. So I was initially gonna say Michael is. I feel similar to Michael as I do to Eliav, where like Michael was talking so much on the first day, and I guess he's just been like really busy the past few days. But I haven't felt like I've seen like a lot of Michael in the past few days. But now he's talking to everybody as I am saying this. He is messaging Aaron. He's messaging Cade, Amina now.
Oh no! Oh God, this is bad. This is bad. This is about
Wait,
to blow up.
so Michael is gonna say this to Amina, and Amina's
And
gonna be
Amina's
like,
gonna
no,
bring it
no,
back
no.
to Cal and Charles. This is bad. This is messy. So here's the one thing.
I miss this so much.
Michael is definitely, I think, next to if Grace is like the under the radar person that's most connected. I think Michael is like the person that is just most like talks to most people. Most people like him. Everyone that Michael has talked to is like, yeah, I'm working with Michael. Rather than just like I've talked to Michael. And like there is the difference. The one thing I will say though, and literally I called it. I said when I drafted him, he would be. I'm sorry, I said it. Michael is Dina Rathke, and for his own good, doesn't know when not to tell people things. I feel like he's doing it right now. He's going to get himself in trouble, and he could ostracize himself quickly. I'm hoping that when he's talking to Amina, that he does not say like, "I want to do this." I'm hoping it's like "I'm hearing this. What do you think?" And we have yet to see what's going to happen. For this week, though, I'm giving Michael a 7.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Since I feel I think that I want to see how this unfolds.
Well, unfortunately, that's not what's
I
happening.
know. I just don't want to go. I don't want to go that high yet on the first week, so I'm gonna go to a 6. I'm gonna stay at my 6, or not stay, but go as a 6. Molly Murphy. That's what we want to talk about.
Molly Murphy. Oh my gosh.
She's now saying that if she's on the block next week, she will mean nothing to Kalani. So I'm like,
Molly Murphy.
We knew Molly Murphy was going to be fireworks when we cast her.
Oh my gosh. I love her.
So now Molly wants to keep Hunter.
Which is funny because I was checking, oh my gosh.
Literally 30 minutes ago, she was like, I don't want to make waves. Because, oh my God, did you see this? Haley sent a picture of her conversation with Molly to her DR, and she like circled something. Wait, let me find it. Haley said, side note, what are you thinking for tonight? I feel kind of torn. Molly said, well, it's a little complicated. I feel like it's too early to double cross anyone. I have an initial pick, but I don't want to break alliances and look shady. And Haley said that to her DR, and she said, double cross? Interesting. So
Molly Murphy, I mean, we knew this coming in. Molly Murphy will never be the quiet under the radar player. She is the out in front, let me tell you what I'm thinking type of player. And I love it. It is providing so much, and we're seeing it now. As Molly just texted Kalani, how are you feeling tonight?
After she just texted Hunter, how are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, literally, it's giving is what it is. So from an entertainment ranking, high remarks. However, that's not what this is gameplay. This is gameplay, and I won't lie, little concerned with all of this. I don't think Molly is the most connected person in the house by any stretch of the means. There's a lot of people that I feel like she hasn't had good game conversations with. Past, like, look at my dog. I like your dog.
Okay, well, I think yeah, sorry, keep going.
So like I feel good, but I don't feel great.
I'm putting these things next to people's names just so we can know. This is gonna be good to have this later. Keep talking while I do this. Can you keep talking?
Yeah, I'm talking.
I meant like about Molly. Do you have
No,
any?
I understand. Oh, I don't like that the veto is red.
That's the only. What do you think they're gonna have about gold veto? Gold strike
Okay.
through. You'll make it.
Anyway. Yeah, Molly, very Molly. I don't know. I said everything that I wanted to say about Molly.
Okay, well I'm done. So that's good. Good filler space there. Okay. Molly, I think she is connected to a good amount of people. She's like besties with HOH Cal, which like is that really a good thing in the future? I don't know. She has been talking a lot with Cade in the past night or so, which I think is that could be really strong, I think. Wait, hold on.
I don't know what's happening. Just continue.
Um God, we really picked this. I should have turned next week. I'm turning on message notifications. Um,
Of course, it all starts right as we start recording.
like
too.
literally.
Wait. Oh God. Wait. What is Grace saying she's cool with?
The
Is
consent
Grace saying she's cool with Kalani going or with Hunter going?
from with Hunter.
Oh, yeah, but that's old news, John.
That is old
Grace.
news. That is
Oh
old news.
God.
And
So
I think
now
that's
Grace
gonna.
is getting
I
on
think
board
that's gonna
with,
change. I think Grace could change her opinion.
this is crazy.
How it's been like almost an hour of these rankings. Okay, she has this really close. Molly has this really close lines with Haley. I think that's gonna be good. She has the Pennsylvania people with her back. I and she's like currently like messaging people being like, hey, I haven't gotten to talk to you yet, how you doing, and like trying to keep building connections. I don't think anybody is like the
Wait.
only.
Okay, this is my favorite message. Last night, John texts Grace. Sorry, the little sidebar. Last night, John texts Grace. Okay, I'm hearing Kalani's definitely going. Grace was on the fence in her diary and was like, I really like Hunter more, but I think Kalani. This just text John back, said, okay, yeah, I'm hearing the same thing. I think Kalani should stay. And then John just texts back, yeah, but now I'm really 50-50.
Can you still see my screen?
No. So I would just go back.
Give me 1 second. Okay, I wonder if this is gonna work. Hold on. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Okay.
This is nuts.
So you want to talk about Molly? Did you already talk about Molly?
Yeah, but now I'm torn on my score. You go. Give your score.
The only red flag that I've gotten from people talking about Molly was like literally in the first hour of the game when Camilla was like,
You just
oh,
talk so much.
she's annoying. Yeah. But nothing since then. So
Right. Oh gosh.
do I think Molly Murphy has do I think Molly Murphy will win the game?
I think
don't
she has an uphill battle.
Yeah, I don't know, but my gut tells me right now that like she's not gonna win the whole thing. Do I think Molly Murphy will make it to the jury or make it farther than that? I think she has a very high chance of making it to like the middle of this game. So that's like my question right now. I'm not ranking based off of like how likely you are to win. I'm ranking based off if you're going to keep going in this game for an extended period of time.
Because the we're not at the point where we're doing win equity yet. Not even close.
So I'm going to give Molly a 7.
Wow.
I feel so strongly about Molly. I think she's going to do so well.
Gotcha. Based off of this first week, I actually am giving Molly a 5.
Interesting.
And that's just because I like, and again, it's hard to tell how these next series of events are really going to play out. So like, I would love for next week to go up. I just she's not as socially connected as I think you think she is. Like strategically, I feel like everyone has talked to almost everyone in the game, and we'll get to the next 2 exceptions here. So yeah.
So the Pennsylvania Alliance is officially flipping right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to pull Erin.
They're not gonna get to her in time.
I don't even know what the sequence of events is today for Aaron, but I don't even know what time. I feel like commencement is probably currently happening. Okay. Oh yeah, Aaron yesterday, like this is just like a
Well, no, that was because Kalani texted her saying, "Don't kick me out."
yeah,
And
that
Aaron's
was
like, "Okay." Like all Michael had to do was like, "Don't take me out either."
Like anybody who has any game sense, you eliminate your nominee. Like at least that's what I would think to do. But okay, Monet. You go first.
Monet. People like Monet. The problem is I have not seen Monet have a conversation at one time that like scrolls past just a page of my messages.
Mm-hmm.
She is in the alliance with Amina, Cal, Charles, and Natalie, but that is the only like alliance. And I think everyone else would be fine with like at least putting her up as a pawn. I'm just concerned for Monet. I feel like we haven't seen a lot, even though she has been proactive in reaching out to people and being like, "Hey, what's up?" It just hasn't gone past, "Hey, what's up?" And that does concern me.
For the next two people and everybody, we've said this about them already. This is still like like the first power structure of the game. Like every week it changes. Like every week there's a new HOH, there's new nominees. I think it's too early. I think it's too early to be like, oh, she's not going to do anything for the entire game.
Oh no, I agree with that.
I know that's not what
But
you're saying. Yeah, I know that's not what you're saying.
For my ranking moving forward into the next couple of weeks,
yeah,
she definitely has time to turn it around, but she needs to turn it around.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm going to give her a 4 though.
I'm going to give Monet a 4 as well.
And I feel like there's not much else to say about Natalie.
It is almost I'd say Natalie and Monet. I think Monet is probably in a slightly better position than Natalie by nature of having talked to more people. But I see their positioned in the game very similarly. They're in the same alliance, first of all. But I think they're both on the bottom rung of that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, so John just told Cal that the vote could flip, which is gonna go over very poorly.
Oh my God.
This is bad.
I miss this so much.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway.
It's always like after we take a really long break from a season and then we start, I'm like, like as soon as we start, I'm always like, this is like so many messages, so many things are happening. And then like the first exciting thing happens. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. Okay, I'm giving Natalie a 4.
Has there been I'm giving Natalie a 4 too. Sorry, let's finish wrapping up talking about Natalie. I feel pretty much on the same. I feel like she could be easily used as a pawn. Yeah. Any other thoughts on Natalie? She's really nice. People like her.
She's still in school too, which makes me like.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And also, she's in Pacific time, so she's 3 hours behind. So, I'm assuming I don't know when she gets out of school, but I'm assuming it's probably soon. Like she finishes school. As far as today goes, she gets out at 6. I think. What was her conflict? Maybe she gets. Oh, well, she's talking right now.
Oh, Natalie's.
Yeah, she's talking to Haley. Like she just said, "Hey, I'm Natalie. Nice to meet you. How you doing?"
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Camila heard that. Where did you hear that from?
Because John talked to Camila, or Michael talked to someone talked to Camila. Camila heard it.
Camila, that's a lie. You haven't heard that. I'm looking through my messages. You're not in any of them.
Are you sure? I feel like someone said, Michael said, I'm going to reach out to Camilo. Because they said that they weren't going to reach out to Aaron because Aaron saved Kalani in the veto. And then they said, okay, I'm going to reach out to Camilo.
The last thing Michael said to Camilo was last night at 7:00.
Was it maybe John and Camilo?
Haley. Not Haley. I'm just like scrolling through my messages. Molly texted Camila, but it was just like, hey, I'm trying to get to know you.
What about Haley? You know,
I don't see a chat with them. I'll search it, but I don't.
all right. Anyway, so yeah, the House is in very much flux right now. What happens at this vote, I think, could solidify it. If this vote flips, the Pennsylvania Four are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think we saw it happen last season with Michael, Olivia, Tess, and Isabel, and then Dalton. I think this Pennsylvania Four is not to be underestimated if it happens. If they're able to bond over making this happen, I think they're going to be more solid than you think. I mean, like, we're already getting DRs from Haley, like, never mind, I really love this Pennsylvania Lions. So,
I mean, oh my God, it probably wasn't Haley because Haley just said Camila and Amina are the two people that I've reached out to and I've got nothing back from. So I don't think it's her.
interesting. Okay, anyway. Well, yeah, right now it's looking like the vote is flipping on to Hunter. Are the votes 100% there yet? No. The eviction's not for another 7.5 hours. There's time.
And then also,
this is the most exciting week one that we've had game wise since probably
season two. Season 2 was my favorite week one. That was crazy. Also, that twist was amazing too. Oh, season 2 is so good.
Every other week one has pretty much just been send someone home or call the house racist. So
season 6, I mean, season 6 was exciting.
Season 7 was lively.
Season 7 was also exciting. With the Drew Nile stuff.
But I'd say that was pretty solidly locked on. No, that's true. It was on Nile for a bit.
I also feel like this is so recent and it's like we have to see how it plays out first. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Exciting week one.
I'm very, very excited to see how this plays out.
Wow.
I hope people start FaceTime. Like, people have been FaceTiming, but I hope they start to FaceTime more because I love like driving and like being like, oh, what did you just say? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay then.
Okay. I guess this is the part where we like awkwardly stop recording.
This is the part where we awkwardly stop recording. So yeah, it's looking like, I was about to say, it's looking like either Hunter or Kalani are going home. No shit. This is one of the first times where I feel like out of rankings, we don't like know what's going to happen.
I mean, I feel like that happens like, it's not extremely rare.
The last time this happened, I mean, I remember for season 5, the Ross eviction where we were on it. We were like, Ross is going home. And then the flip started and we were like, oh. And then he did go home, but still.
So yeah, it's May 23rd. The eviction's tonight. I think the next eviction's on Wednesday. So 2 days from now, we'll have another rankings. I feel so soon. I feel like we had a very long first week and now it's going to be like extremely condensed. So yeah, very exciting. Okay, I'm going to stop recording. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.